In the headlines tonight, 4 more cinemas run by Golden Harvest are suspected to be shutting down tomorrow, with tickets for future date shows halted. Home Affairs Minister Alice Mak says residents were eager to support the work of community care teams after a report suggested some teams invited event participants for group photos to inflate the number of volunteers. And the observatory warns that ground frost is likely to occur tomorrow morning on high ground or in the northern part of the new territories.
Four more Golden Harvest cinemas are suspected to temporarily close starting tomorrow. Among the locations affected is the Sky in Olympian City, where ticket vending machines are currently offering only same-day screenings with no options for future dates. Another impacted cinema is Galaxy Plaza in Shaokei-1, which just opened in 2021 and is still displaying recruitment notices today at its entrance. The company's official website shows similar restrictions at other locations, including Megabox in Kwun and Stage in Tuen Mun, both of which are limited to same-day ticket sales. Our reporters caught one of the cinemas posing as customers, and an employee expressed uncertainty, noting that frontline staff are awaiting further announcements regarding the situation. According to the company's financial report, as of last June, its shareholder losses had expanded to over $80 million. Last year, at least 9 cinemas in the city have temporarily closed or discontinued business, including 2 run by Golden Harvest. Talking to iCable News, Tan Ki-tin, spokesperson of the Federation of Hong Kong Filmmakers, pointed out that the current film market is very uncertain. When cinemas close now, we don't see people taking over, and that's a crisis, he said, noting that the industry must produce better films to attract more audiences to cinemas. Jeremy Zhu, Cable News.
The government will release a comprehensive report on the care teams once their service agreements conclude, said Alice Mak, Secretary for Home and Youth Affairs. Mak's remarks were in response to a report by HOYIBC, the student publication of Chinese University, about how it was denied an access to those reports while doing a story on the matter. As per established protocols, these teams, which provide district-level community services on behalf of the government, are mandated to submit regular work and financial reports to the authorities. However, Mak said that it is more suitable to disclose a complete and detailed account after the 2-year contract has ended. Regarding HOYIBC's claim that care teams had asked participating residents to wear their vests to enhance appearances at events, Mak explained that each care team comprises only 8 to 12 members, so many residents would volunteer to help organize the event. The Home Affairs chief expressed her appreciation for the numerous residents willing to lend a hand. Mak also emphasized that the performance of the care teams has been commendable thus far, and the government intends to intensify efforts to promote their services.
Cold weather warning and frost warning are currently in effect, and the chilly conditions are expected to last for the next couple of days, with the mercury in urban areas dipping to 11 to 12 degrees Celsius this morning. The highest peak in Hong Kong, Tai Mo Shan, recorded only 4 degrees before dawn, with the observatory noting temperature as low as 3 degrees in the area. Despite the chilliness, some residents continued their morning hikes and swims, while many ventured out bundled up in down jackets, hats, gloves, and scarves. The Hong Kong Observatory predicts that under the influence of an intense winter monsoon, the temperatures will remain low this weekend, around 11 degrees in urban areas. Conditions will be harsher in the new territories and elevated regions, with Ta Kwu Ling possibly dropping to 6 degrees on Sunday. Strong winds in these areas will enhance the wind chill effect, while radiation cooling will increase the chance of frost. Cool weather is expected to continue into next Monday, with a slight warming trend anticipated by early to mid next week. Authorities urge residents, especially the elderly and those with chronic illnesses, to take appropriate warming measures to safeguard their health. Jeremy Zhu, Cable News.
Local schools are facing threats from surging flu outbreaks. Health authorities have warned, while calling on them to join the official jab drive to guard students against possible dual peaks this flu season. Albert All, head of the Center for Health Protection Communicable Disease Branch, told a radio program this morning that Hong Kong has officially entered the winter flu season, which is expected to last 8 to 12 weeks. Crowded residential homes and schools are among the hardest hit, All said, adding that the center has recorded 7 institutional or school outbreaks, up from a weekly 2 to 4 cases in December. The situation is expected to worsen, as Al predicted virus activity to peak about a month later with dropping temperatures and the upcoming Lunar New Year. The health official emphasized the need for schools to implement additional preventive measures, including daily temperature checks for students. He also advised students and teachers exhibiting flu symptoms or fever to stay home to mitigate outbreak risks. Meanwhile, Al slammed some 160 schools in the city for refusing to arrange on-campus influenza vaccinations for pupils, calling on parents to wait no more and arrange vaccination for their kids through other means. The Department of Health publicly named those schools yesterday, including 11 of the 22 international schools operated by the English Schools Foundation, alongside several private and subsidized elite institutions. Quentin Ya, Cable News.
After a battle with stomach cancer, former lawmaker and pro-democracy activist Shiu Ka-chun has died on Friday at the age of 55. The former legislator was diagnosed with stomach cancer last November. He underwent surgery to remove half of his stomach, but then suffered complications. He entered palliative care days ago as his condition deteriorated. She was elected as a lawmaker in 2016 to represent the social welfare sector. He later founded Warfare, a prisoners' rights support group helping those jailed over the 2019 unrest. The group later disbanded in 2021.
Authorities have stepped up their efforts to further combat illicit cigarettes and the new drug space oil with new measures. Taking to the airwaves, the newly appointed Commissioner of Customs and Excise, Chan Zi-tat, reported over 21,200 cases of cigarette smuggling were uncovered in 2024, marking an 80% yearly increase. He attributed the crime rise to the impact of hiked tobacco taxes, saying it is undeniable that the hike has provided smugglers with greater profit margins. The commissioner said, in addition to introducing tax-paid labels with manufacturers, authorities will also employ anti-counterfeiting technology to identify tax-paid cigarettes through scanning methods to facilitate law enforcement. Full implementation is aimed by the third quarter of 2025. Beyond cigarette smuggling, Chan addressed the issue of space oil, revealing that 23.5 kilograms of its raw material, etomidate, were seized last year, mostly sent to Hong Kong via courier. Chan announced that authorities have updated drug detection equipment to include space oil for easier testing. Additionally, space oil is slated to be listed as a dangerous drug by the first quarter of this year, resulting in harsher penalties. Jeremy Zhu, Cable News.
More evacuations are underway across Los Angeles in the U.S. state of California due to another fire that ignited yesterday afternoon, adding to a total of 5 uncontained fires burning into a 30th night.
We are now actively engaged in a new brush fire. We're calling it the Kenneth Fire in the West Hills area of Los Angeles on the border of Ventura County.
The fast-moving Kenneth blaze ignited less than 3.2 kilometers away from a school where people are sheltering from the fire in Palisades. The two fires are about 18 kilometers apart. Fueled by high winds and record-low humidity, raging wildfires in California's Pacific Palisades have already damaged or destroyed more than 5,300 structures. Firefighting helicopters were busy flying over flames and dropping water or fire retardant, trying to contain the most destructive wildfires in Los Angeles history. Together with the Eaton fire near Pasadena, the two largest blazes had consumed 13,750 hectares and devoured near 10,000 structures. The death toll rose to at least 10, with an estimated economic loss at $135 billion to $150 billion. Amid reports of looting, the authorities imposed nighttime curfew in some areas, and the state's National Guard was on hand to patrol affected areas. Some evacuees returned to their destroyed neighborhood, only to find nothing much salvageable.
Not just me, it's my whole neighborhood is gone. I don't know how we're going to come back from this. I don't even know where to start.
U.S. President Joe Biden, who declared a major disaster on Tuesday, promised that the federal government would reimburse 100% of the recovery for the next 180 days to pay for debris and hazard material removal, temporary shelters, and first responder salaries. Anna Chan, Cable News. Former U.S. President Jimmy Carter's casket arrived at the National Cathedral for his state funeral on Thursday local time. The flag-draped casket was carried down to church, where his family and all of his living successors bid farewell to the longest-lived U.S. president, who passed away at the age of 100.
My grandfather spent the entire time I've known him helping those in need. He built houses for people that needed homes. He eliminated diseases in forgotten places. He waged peace anywhere in the world, wherever he saw a chance. He loved people.
U.S. President Joe Biden delivered his eulogy of the 39th president, recalling how the relationship started by endorsing the Georgian ahead of the 1976 presidential campaign.
I was a 31-year-old senator, and I was the first senator outside of Georgia, maybe the first senator, to endorse his candidacy for president. It was an endorsement based on what I believe is Jimmy Carter's enduring attribute: character, character, character.
Biden added that Carter taught him the imperative that everyone should be treated with dignity and respect.
And into the glorious company of the saints in light.
Amen.
The state funeral was concluded with blessings before Carter made his final trip away from Washington and back to his hometown in Georgia, where a second service limited to family and friends was held. A 21-jet U.S. Navy flyover took place. Along with gun salute, to honor the former commander-in-chief as he returned home for final burial alongside his late wife Rosalind Carter. Anna Chan, Cable News.